Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking on the Dreaded Heroes Report. Let's go for today's news. Alberto Del Rio's personal ring announcer, wonderful Ricardo Rodriguez, made his WWE in-ring debut last night on NXT. If you missed it, you might want to catch it on their website, I guess. Anyway, he defeated Alberto's rookie, Conor O'Brien, to eliminate him, and it was kind of a comedy thing, I guess, that he did. Anyways, noted before, I was telling you, Rodriguez, he wrestles under a mask in independent scene before signing with WWE, and he's been training in the developmental, has wrestled a few matches there recently. Video game website IGN, this is kind of a little breaking news. They've announced that former WWE and WCW champion Randy Macho Man Savage has been confirmed for an upcoming WWE All-Star video game. And Randy hasn't been working with WWE recently, in fact in many years, but this past fall WWE and Savage collaborated for about the first time since the 90s when they were going to release the WWE DVD set of Savage's career. Many hoped the Savage DVD would result, in a long-awaited return to WWE television. Never happened. He wasn't even interviewed for the project. I don't like that when they not watch the Bobby the Brain Heenan DVD. I liked it, the set, but no new footage on there of being interviews or anything like that of Bobby either. But there's a reason behind that, but not Savage. Rick Morris, host of FDH Lounge on SportsTalkNetwork.com. They confirmed on Twitter this morning that Bob Barker of The Price is Right fame will be at WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, Georgia this year. Barker hosted Raw back in 2009 in December, and was one of the most well-received hosts WWE had. Barker won the Slammy Award for Best Raw Host also. Anyway, the ratings from last night's Raw hasn't been released yet due to Martin Luther King's holiday. So it'll probably come out tomorrow, Thursday at the latest. And Jim Ross, this is kind of unusual too. He was special guest referee last night at a dark match after WWE SmackDown taping in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The match saw Rey Mysterio and WWE Intercontinental Champion Kofi Kingston defeat Alberto Del Rio and Kane. After the match, Raw and Del Rio got into it, I guess. And Mysterio, Kofi snuck up behind, snuck up from behind. Then Ross pushed Del Rio over him to end the show. Sort of like the old Three Stooges trick. Alright, send everybody home happy. In addition to Mason Ryan, Mark Henry, Daniel Bryan, John Morrison, trending topic on worldwide Twitter last night during Raw. Well, night before last, I guess now. And the term FCW was also a trending topic. You know what I would like to see? Mason Ryan looks like a clone of, people said that, clone of Batista. I'd like to see Mason Ryan out of Nexus on his own, creating havoc, beating people. I don't know what. He's got to be a good wrestler. He's wrestled for a few years. Anyway, making a big name for himself as a monster, good wrestler in WWE, and then getting towards WrestleMania time, Batista comes back, and they have a face-off. They kind of get into it, and let Mason badmouth Batista, before Batista comes back, and let him have a good. Let's see who can wrestle the best at WrestleMania 27. I think it'll be a good match. I mean, good to see anyway. I don't know. Batista's kind of iffy on matches. Alberto Del Rio's next. Well, I was telling you about that. Conor O'Brien, he was eliminated last night on NXT. The new name, by the way, for Wade Barrett, Ezekiel Jackson, Justin Gabriel, and Heath Slater on SmackDown is good. They're going to be called the Core. So we don't have a Nexus 1 and 2, new and old or whatever. Six-time world champion Batista celebrates his 42nd birthday today. 42, and I know this guy's probably, but I don't remember what his age is, but anyway, be a good thing to see. Following two matches were taped for SmackDown in Tulsa, and that, it was on going to be on WGN. Chavo Guerrero, JTG, they wrestle, and Masters and Hawkins, they wrestle. Tyler Rex, by the way, beat up Percy Watson in a dark match before last night's television taping in Oklahoma. Vince McMahon has been discussed for a major role on a revival of Tough Enough on USA Network. However, it's kind of considered it's going to be a long shot because the show will be filmed in Los Angeles. It would take a lot of time, you know, if he committed to it. He needs to get off his dead ass. He ain't no damn coma. Mentally he might be, but Hall of Famer, by the way, Jim Ross made his return to WWE at SmackDown's taping, which I told you about. And in a segment that may or may not air this Friday on SmackDown, Ross appears to a huge ovation from his home state crowd and did an interview, but was interrupted by fellow native Jack Swagger. So probably leads into him being a referee. And according to our Oklahoma correspondent that was in attendance, Swagger put down Oklahoma and Ross before starting the match. I thought Swagger's from Oklahoma. WWE sometimes has local stars do in-ring promos when they're, you know, in their home state, and it's possible that the segment that Ross, you know, won't air on TV, just a treat for the fans that was in the arena. My buddy George the Animal Steele going to be appearing at Wrestling Universe, 3429 Francis Boulevard in Flushing, Queens, New York, from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on February 19th. Oh, he's something. But the only names currently being heavily discussed for the induction to the WWE Hall of Fame now are the fabulous Freebirds, maybe, which notably consist of old Michael P.S. Hayes, Terry Gordy, and Buddy Roberts. There's nothing medically preventing Triple H from returning to the ring at this point. That he's fully healed from surgery, I guess, torn biceps. Rather, his return is being strategically planned so it makes the most impact. So he's going to have to come in and save somebody. Somebody's going to be getting the crap beat out of him, all once he does a run in, and then we'll go from there with the matches. He's being advertised to face King Sheamus, by the way, in the New York Street Fight at WWE's March 19th Raw Live event, Madison Square Garden. Bill Goldberg, he's going to be appearing at the Barrett-Jackson Auction Company Car Collectors event in Scottsdale, Arizona, January 19th through the 22nd. Goldberg's going to be at the Garage Envy booth. MVP clarified in a recent comment on his Twitter about WWE owning the rights to his Holler to the World, rap single, and he wrote WWE owns the rights to the intro VIP Ballin'. They do not own the rights to the other or any other MVP projects, which I'm surprised they didn't pay him extra to get the rights to it. Former WWE diva Jillian Hall recently did a Q&A at jillian-h.com and had the following to say when asked about her return to wrestling. She says, "Never say never. However, right now is not the place. I'm not ready to go back. I enjoyed the time off, and if I know me, though, one day I'll wake up and miss it." Kind of miss her. Not the singing, though. All right, incumbent Connecticut U.S. Senator Joe Lieberman will announce tomorrow his plans on running for re-election, and it's expected Lieberman won't run again, and that Linda McMahon will make another attempt after losing, this year. So, wait to see on that. I hope she won't run. Give her a good job where she don't need to be in public office. Anyway, WWE is going to be touring Australia and New Zealand July 1st through the 6th this year. Sydney, Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane, and Auckland, I guess. January 14th, SmackDown scored a 1.9 cable ratings. That's good rating. They've been they've been on the upside lately. The rating was even with the previous week on Sci-Fi. It wasn't announced on TV last night, but CM Punk did defeat John Cena by DQ in the main event, where Mason Ryan debuted and interfered. That's all right. Win's a win. That's what I've always heard. Former UFC Kimbo Slice has been touted as a potential guest star for WrestleMania 27, and I'm about ready to run out of time. So thank you guys for clicking. I gotta go.